it was incredible. At one point, the Sixers were up by 14 points, and I start going, "Wow, are the Lakers really going to lose to this team that is rampage with injuries?" And it looked like they were. They were absolutely abysmal from guarding the perimeter defense. They left several wide open 3-point shooters wide open, as Glenn Robinson, Horkmas, what have you. His Horkmas pump fake is just like Nicole Mirotic. Everyone just going up in the air with his jump shorts. It was, you just see as they pass the ball around. Brett Brown is just, he gets a lot of shit, excuse my language. But the thing about Brett Brown is this is a totally different offense than when Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are in the game. It's just a never say die attitude. I loved it so much. I love the fight. The last two games, they were in a murderer's row. They went to the Clippers, almost won that game with Shaq Milton scoring 39 points, and then they come over here and you're like, okay, three of their four best players aren't in, let's just call it a day. And then, but no, we're going to fight. We're going to try to win this game. And they nearly did, but they fell a little bit short, losing, like I said, 120 to 107. The big star of this whole game that really outlined that what was the driving force that helped the Lakers go out on top was Tobias Harris. Got a foul on Dwight Howard with a little late in the second quarter. I would say 2:06 left in the second quarter. That was his third foul. Brett Brown didn't like seeing it, so he took him out for the rest of the half. At that point, the Lakers went on a crazy lockdown defense, and to end the half, this was still when Tobias Harris was in, they closed out the half on a 34-10 run. AD had 18 points in that second quarter. He was absolutely phenomenal in that quarter. He was doing everything. Dunks, blocks. There was even one moment I saw, this really stood out to me. I didn't write it as my note because I knew I would remember it. Rondo had Tobias Harris posted up. He was guarding him in the post, and I'm like, oh, geez, here we go. And what did AD do? I mean, this is just something he does every game, but what does AD do? He knows that Rondo's going to get absolutely roasted and cooked when when he's guarding him in the post. He comes around the help side defense, just snatches the ball away from Tobias Harris and starts the break. I mean, that's one of the things that is incredible about AD. He notices something that, Rondo's in trouble. He's going to get cooked in 3 seconds by Tobias. And then he goes out and help, and, just incredible play by Anthony Davis. Sometimes we take greatness for granted. And, I don't think the broadcasters even picked it up quickly enough. It's like, oh, look at AD, just going on the help side. The Lakers, like I said, lockdown defense in the half was just incredible. At one point, they were down by 14. And then at halftime, it was 65-54. A 11-point lead for the Lakers. Leading scorer for the Lakers, obviously, Anthony Davis at 26 points. And then two tied for the Sixers, leading scorer Glenn Robinson and Tobias Harris both tied at 11. Going into the second half, carrying over to their run that they finished the first half with, they carried that over, and they continue that on a 44-10 run. So they added 10 more points to that current run going into the third quarter. It was an incredible run of amazing defense, and they're doing it all without the GOAT, Alex Caruso. He's still injured and banged up. Get healthy, Alex Caruso, because we need you. Then the Sixers went back to their 2-3 zone that was very effective for them in the first half, where the Lakers didn't really know how to work that 2-3 zone, but you started to see them kind of work it around, and you saw some soft coverages in the zone. JaVale McGee was getting in on a cutting dunk, and they started to work in more find these soft little cushion areas of the zone, and it worked at times. But then the Sixers went on a 17-5 run in the middle of the second to bring it a little bit closer. I would say a 9-point lead for the Lakers. AD had this one really stood out to me. AD had 4 Sixers around him at one point, still grabbed the rebound, drew a foul, hit 2 free throws. I was like, 4 Sixers were around him. It was just incredible. This was a stat that really stood out to me, and so now it's 40-0. But at this point, at this stat, when the stat was highlighted, it was 39. When leading after the third quarter, Lakers were 39-0. Well, now after this game, they're 40-0. They're the only team in the whole NBA to be undefeated after leading from the third quarter. Incredible stat that just shows you when it gets down to winning time, you got grown-ups, professionals, Avery Bradley, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, who have been there before. It's like, okay, guys, we're not letting this lead go. We've been leading since the third quarter, leading after the third quarter. We're not losing this lead. And that's just a testament to, like I said, the veteran players and also the veteran coaches. Jason Kidd, Frank Vogel, Lionel Hollins. So that's just an incredible stat that I don't think I've ever seen before. 40-0 after leading since the third quarter. Just incredible. Like I had said, final score for the Lakers, 120-107. Leading scorer for the Lakers, obviously Anthony Davis, 37 points. Leading scorer for the Sixers, Glenn Robinson. He was deadly from 3. 26 points for him, respectfully. Player of the game for me, I don't really think it's an argument. It's Anthony Davis. 37 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and probably his best three-point performance of the whole season, I would say. He hasn't been that well from 3 like he was in other years with the Pelicans. 4 for 5 from 3, and incredible second quarter. 18 points in the second quarter. Best role player for me, I don't do this award often, but maybe I should start a little bit more often with the best role player. Avery Bradley. He's been very consistent, very even keel. I know he's starting, so I can't say best bench player. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals on the contest. So that's all I have for this game. Now, as I preview the Bucks game, I could go on a half-hour tangent, like all these stats about how well the Bucks number 1 in point differential. Not only are they number 1 in point differential, they're all world in point differential. They could be having the greatest point differential in NBA league history ever. So that's pretty phenomenal. They have one of the league's best players as we speak. I know LeBron's still doing it at a high level. Their players around Giannis are incredible too. Anywhere from Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez. You can give me all the nerd stats you want, and you go, yeah, Bucks are good. I'm not trying to hate on the Bucks, okay? The only thing I will say about the Bucks is, let's see in the playoffs. Budenholzer has been notoriously known for winning a lot of games in the regular season. You look at the Hawks teams he had. At one point, he had 5 All-Stars make the All-Star team with Kyle Korver, Horford, and Paul Millsap made the All-Star team. So he's been proficient in the regular season. Let's see if you can do it now in the postseason. You're going to break probably every regular season record outside of maybe the most wins. That's probably still going to stay with the Warriors, but they're on pace for 70 wins. They're playing at an unbelievable clip. Giannis, it's probably going to be Giannis or LeBron for MVP. Yeah, there's nothing more I can say. I hate being hyperbolic and, prisoner of the moment. This is probably the most important 2-game stretch for the Lakers this season. Here's why. They need to show people, hey, we can beat the elite teams. I understand they've beaten Denver, and they've beaten a banged-up Sixers team, and they've beaten other teams as well. They've beaten the Celtics. If they go in and they finish and they beat the Bucks, they beat the Clippers, people are going to be, oh, okay. Not that if they lose these games, people are going to call them a fraud, and people are going to say, oh, count out the Lakers. It would just help. It would just put, pellets I don't think anyone's going to care in April that, on a random March, someone beat whoever. But it's just nice. It would be nice, uplifting for that team that they beat one of the best teams in the league. But yeah, this is going to be a very tough challenge for these next two games, honestly. But I'm focusing on the Lakers Bucks. It's going to be a very tough game as we head to Friday. I will see you after that game. Nothing more I need to say, but I'll see you after the Lakers Bucks, as I said. All right, take it easy. Episode 9 coming up on Friday night.